Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, chat. I hope you guys are doing well today. I'm doing well, so that's nice. But nonetheless, let's get into this very traumatic story time about how four cops raided my home. I'm just gonna tell you guys what I remember. This story is gonna be pretty quick, but like I said, it's very traumatic, so there is your trigger warning. So I was a CNA at this time. I'm sure it was like probably 5 years ago. I was a CNA working overnight. I did 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. So it was probably 2 in the afternoon that day, and I was knocked out. Habibi was at work, and my brother-in-law had let himself in to feed the dogs or something like that. I don't know. But nonetheless, I was sleeping ever so peacefully, had taken my meds, knocked out, slumped. Y'all, I kid you not. All I remember was like waking up to 3 to 4 cops in my face, snatching me up by my arm. I'm talking snatching me up by my arm. They're like, oh, you didn't hear us at the door? We were banging loudly. We were ringing the doorbell. I'm like, no, I was genuinely asleep. Like, where the hell was my brother-in-law? Like, I don't. I'm confused. Even if I didn't come answer the door, like, where the hell is my brother-in-law? Why didn't he answer it? But I'm assuming he obviously did. But y'all, wallahi, I did not hear them banging. I did not hear a canine barking. One of those cops gonna say, yeah, we almost brought the canine in here on you. I'm like, what? But he was so pissed. I don't know if he was like a sheriff, captain, whatever, but he was so pissed. I guess he thought I was a fugitive, or I was lying, or trying to fake sleep or hide under the covers. And thank God I wasn't naked, because y'all, I always sleep naked. And they literally snatched the covers off of me, like 4 or 5 white cops, real tall, real buff, look like state troopers, and they snatched me up out of my freaking bed. Y'all, I was terrified. Like, I'm still asleep, still groggy, but I guess the medication that I was taking, the look on my face, they said, and I quote, "It didn't look like you were sleeping to me." And I was so pissed off. I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I did argue back a little bit because I was pissed. But after I said maybe like 4 or 5 words, I just stopped talking. But yeah, after they snatched me up out the bed, y'all, I think they actually searched the room while I was in there, and they found, firearms, maybe like 3 firearms. But did they leave with those firearms? No. But yeah, they found like 3 firearms. I'm guessing they had a warrant, because if they didn't, they wouldn't have came in the way they came in. But nothing transpired. Like, I was super pissed, I tell you that. But like, no one went to jail. Um, and they had us like out in the front porch. They had us out on the front porch, and one of the cops, he was super tall, y'all. He had so many tattoos, and he had blonde hair. He was so freaking tall. I would never forget his face. But he pulled me to the side, and he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry that other cop was such a jerk. He's just trying to do his job." And I was not trying to hear any of that. I was super pissed off. I was like, "Yeah, yeah, da 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 da." That was very rude. Like, I just anyway, after that, y'all, tell me why I got freaking handcuffed. I was handcuffed, and I was put on the floor of my own living room. Hand freaking cuff. Can you believe that? The warrant wasn't even like on me. I think it was the wrong freaking house. It was meant to go next door. Like, I was so freaking irate. And then they was arguing me up and down, like, "Oh, there's no way you were sleeping. Like, look at your face. It looks like you were up. It doesn't look like you were sleeping." And um, I just feel like in situations like this, because what if my legs were chopped off, or what if I was just in a bad accident or had just had surgery, and it's like y'all came and just snatched me up out of my bed, warrant or not, like you did not bang on my room door, like I could have been butt naked, I couldn't had an infant laying next to me. I don't know. Maybe they should take better precautions. I'm trying to put myself in their shoes. Like, okay, maybe they thought I was in there with a gun, hiding, waiting for them to come in. I don't know. I don't know. But that could have gone very, very badly. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I think about this. I'm not gonna lie and say every day, but I think about this more than I probably should. And I think that it traumatized me so bad that I almost kind of forget that it happened, or I brush it off as it ain't nothing, it's just something that happened in my life. But like looking back, like dang, that real life happened to me. Like I just woke up, four big buff cops in my face, and yep, had me by my arm. They damn near floated me out the doggone room. I'm talking about, it was like 3, 4 of them, and they had me like on the side like this, y'all. I was still asleep, plus irritated. They was asking me questions. I was not answering nothing, but I was talking my ish because I was irritated, and I knew in my heart, I knew for a fact that the warrant wasn't for me or anybody in my house. So I'm like, come on, man. And no, I didn't like sue, or I didn't go to therapy or anything like that. But it pissed me off that cops can just do stuff like this and get away with it. Like, it's not fair. And I'm sure after that, they got in the little parole cars and was like, "Oh, wrong house. Let's try the next one." Whole time I'm in here, I wasn't crying. I wasn't necessarily scared, but who's to say I wasn't in there about to freaking crash out? Like the cops just raided my house. Now I'm pissed, which I was, but I think I just try to forget about that day, y'all. That's why it's kind of foggy. Like, cause I try to forget about that day, but I just remembered it, and I was like, "Oh, I should do a story time about that." But then it took me, out of that, whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much it, y'all. No, I did not go to jail. I've never been to jail. Um, Man, that's pretty much it. That just goes to show you how much freedom that cops have. They can real life just walk into anybody's house, snatch you up out of your sleep in your bed, and they can leave unharmed. All while the victim is traumatized. But hey, this is America. I hope this video didn't trigger anybody. I just wanted to share my personal traumatic story. I would say I hope you guys enjoyed it, but stay tuned for more story times, true crime, and just overall lifestyle content. Thanks for watching. Bye.